Hello and welcome everyone to the Environment Primer series of Drishti IAS. My name is Pragya. In today's interesting episode of Environment Primer, we are going to discuss yet another important animal series or animal project. Okay, the title of our today's discussion is Project Sea Turtle. In this discussion, we are firstly going to study about this air-breathing reptiles known as sea turtles. Then we are also going to analyze the conservation efforts in protecting and conserving our sea turtles, and lastly we are going to discuss some of the important questions from the perspective of your prelims exams. So if I talk about the background of our today's topic, we celebrate World Turtle Day. World Turtle Day on May 23 every year. And we started celebrating this World Turtle Day from the year 2000, and this was started by American Tortoise Rescue. Tortoise Rescue. And the theme for World Turtle Day 2023 was I Love Turtles. So basically the purpose behind celebrating the World Turtle Day is to educate the people about the efforts they can take in preserving and conserving the turtles and their habitats. So this brings us to the moot point of our today's discussion, that what are these air-breathing reptiles known as the sea turtles. So if I talk about this species, turtles, they are very sacred to the Hindu religion, okay? And turtles are the reptiles of the order Testudines, characterized by a special bony or cartilaginous shell developed from their ribs and acting as a shield. So basically, when we were children, we heard that slow and steady wins the race. So basically, these tortoises have this shell, okay, and this shell protects them from any kind of attack, any kind of emergency, okay, and this is a characteristic feature of turtles and tortoises. It can reside inside fresh water or salt water, and there is a distinction between tortoise and turtles, okay. So basically they are distinguished from one another by being land dwelling. So tortoises are land dwelling, and turtles, if you talk about turtles, not all turtles but most of them are aquatic in nature. And if you talk about this whole species, they are the cold-blooded species. Cold-blooded species. They have a very slow metabolism rate. Slow metabolism rate. That means they can survive without food and water for a very long duration of time. Moving forward. Five species of marine turtles, that is olive Ridley turtle. Olive Ridley turtle is the most abundant one, and this species is the most asked in your prelims examination. Loggerhead turtle and leatherback turtle, hawksbill turtle and green turtle are known to inhabit the Indian coastal waters. And what is the protection status? So they can be divided into three categories on the IUCN Red List of Species. Firstly, vulnerable. Secondly, endangered. And thirdly, critically endangered. Critically endangered. So basically, this olive Ridley turtle, loggerhead turtle and leatherback turtle belong to the category of vulnerable species, okay. Then comes the green turtle. So green turtle in India is endangered, okay. And if you talk about the hawksbill turtle in India is critically endangered, and all of them are protected under Appendix 1 of CITES. Appendix 1 of CITES. And Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act. Schedule one of Wildlife Protection Act. So they have been accorded the highest protection status, and the conservation and the protection efforts are going on to conserve and protect these turtles. Moving forward, this is the olive ridley sea turtle. As you can see, it has a very, distinguished shell, and it is also known as the olive ridley sea turtle because of the color of the shell. Okay, so this shell in the case of olive ridley sea turtle is olive in color, and that is why we call it as the olive ridley sea turtle. Okay, moving forward, let us talk about the significance of turtles in general. Okay, so turtles play an important role in the river by scavenging dead organic material and diseased fish by controlling the water pollution. Most of these turtles are carnivorous in nature, and they protect the marine ecosystem by consuming the excess amount of jellyfishes, etc. So they play a very important role in the marine ecosystem. They also help in maintaining healthy fish stocks in the water by giving them habitat over their body. Okay, turtle populations could improve seagrass ecosystem health by removing seagrass biomass and preventing sediment formation. Turtles are also transporters of nutrients and energy to the coastal areas. So if you talk about the marine ecosystem as a whole, yes, they are very important, okay, because they are carnivorous in nature. Now moving forward to the threats that are being posed to the turtle population around the world, or the sea turtles around the globe. Okay, so sea turtles are incredible and beautiful creature, but very few people realize how large they can grow. And due to this growth, due to their shell, and they are mostly posed. Okay, so due to this beautiful growth, beautiful shell, they are posed for their shell, meat and eggs. Okay, so they are threatened by the loss of habitat as well, apart from poaching. Loss of habitat, human requirements. Okay, climate change, and bad fishing habits, and bad fishing habits. Because what happens is, the turtles get entangled in the fishing nets and they die, and it has been found out by observing the death pattern in the turtles that they have had wounds from getting entangled in the fish nets. So basically, bad fishing habits also are a biggest threat to the turtle population, the population of the sea turtles. Moving forward to the conservation efforts in protecting and conserving the sea turtles. So the first effort that is being made is the Project Sea Turtle. So basically, every winter, a significant proportion of the world's olive ridley sea turtle population migrates to the Indian coastal waters to nest primarily along the eastern coast. And you have observed this phenomenon in the state of Odisha, where they conduct mass nesting. And this is known as Aribada, this phenomenon of mass nesting of the olive ridley sea turtles. So keeping all of this in mind, this Project Sea Turtle was launched by the Government of India in collaboration with the UNDP. Okay, so with the goal of conserving olive ridley sea turtles and other endangered marine turtles, the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change. So this is the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change launched the Sea Turtle Conservation Project in November 1999 in collaboration with the UNDP, as I have mentioned, with the Wildlife Institute of India, Dehradun, serving as the implementation agency. So implementation agency is the Wildlife Institute of India, and the nodal ministry is Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So basically, to protect the olive ridley sea turtles and other marine turtles, this Project Sea Turtle was launched. Moving forward, it has the following goals. So the various following components of the Project Sea Turtles includes extensive surveys along the coast, reviews of legislation and community-based conservation, education and awareness, GIS study of key nesting areas, TED, that is turtle exclusion devices, okay, demonstrations and implementation and training for wildlife and fisheries managers and field biologists. So basically this project has been successful in analyzing the path of the sea turtles. Because we use the process of tagging, non-metal tagging, so that we can analyze their path and protect their habitat. It also has increased awareness about the conservation of this marine species, increased awareness among the local communities and other communities about the protection and conservation of sea turtles and their habitats. So basically this is a very important project that has been undertaken by the government of India to protect our sea turtles. Moving forward to the Operation Olivia for olive Ridley turtles. So basically this Operation Olivia is being undertaken by the Indian Coast Guards annually. Okay, so every year the Indian Coast Guards Operation Olivia, initiated in the early 1980s, helps the protection of olive Ridley sea turtles as they congregate along the Odisha coast for breeding and nesting from November to December. So basically all of the human activities are prohibited by conducting this Operation Olivia, so that they can be nested and they can perform their activity of mass nesting. Okay, it also intercepts unlawful trawling activities. So basically all of the unlawful fishing activities are also banned if the Operation Olivia is being conducted. Moving forward, round the clock surveillance is conducted from November till May, utilizing Coast Guard assets such as fast patrol vessels, air cushion vessels, interceptor craft and Dornier aircraft to enforce laws near the rookeries, colonies of breeding animals. And if you talk about the olive Ridley sea turtle, Gahir Matha Marine Sanctuary, Gahir Matha Marine Sanctuary is the largest rookery for the olive Ridley sea turtle. Okay, let me know the second largest in the comment box below. Okay, so from November 2020 to May 2021, the Coast Guard devoted 225 ship days and 388 aircraft hours to protect 3.5 lakh turtles that laid eggs along the Odisha coast, because it is very important to protect them, because most of the eggs are not being able to hatch. Okay, the female digs the furrows for laying eggs and it lays around 90 to 120 eggs. But due to the illegal activities, most of the eggs are not being able to be hatched, and that is why the Indian Coast Guard conducts this Operation Olivia, so as to protect the mass nesting activity of the olive Ridley sea turtle. Moving forward to the National Sea Turtle Action Plan, and this has been introduced under the Life Mission. Life Mission by the government of India. Okay, so considering the need to have a conservation paradigm for marine megafauna and marine turtles, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has released the National Marine Turtle Action Plan during the January 2021 by fulfilling the and under the Life Mission, that is life dependent on environment. So we are trying to protect and conserve the natural biodiversity occurring in India. Okay, moving forward, the aims and goals of National Action Sea Turtle Plan are: conserve species, their habitat and reduce negative impacts on survival of marine turtles. improve the understanding of marine turtles and their habitats through a coordinated mechanism, promote awareness and education on conservation of marine turtles and their habitats, enhance livelihoods of coastal communities through promoting sustainable ecotourism, and increase national, regional and international cooperation on marine turtle conservation. So basically, basic aim is to reduce the mortality of marine turtles. Reduce the mortality of marine turtles. And to promote ecotourism. Promote ecotourism. And this has been implemented in 10 coastal states. 10 coastal states. Okay. So this is a very ambitious program for the conservation of the sea turtles and marine turtles launched by the Government of India. And the implementing body is the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Moving forward, let us discuss the laws that govern marine turtle conservation in India, and they include the Wildlife Protection Act, ratification of the CITES, okay, in 1976. Then the Environmental Protection Act, the Biological Diversity Act, the Wildlife Protection Amendment Act of 2002, the Marine Fishing Policy of 2004. Then the Marine Fisheries Regulation and Management Bill 2009. Then the Coastal Regulation Zone Notification of 2011 and the various state fisheries policies and law. So basically we have a very enhanced legislative framework for protecting and conserving the marine turtles and the sea turtles in India, and recently the awareness has reached to almost next level because of the efforts of the local communities and the biologists and the conservationists. Okay, so we are paying more and more attention to the conserving of natural biodiversity in India. Okay, so with this we come to a conclusion of our today's discussion. We have studied about the sea turtles. We have seen the various conservation efforts that we are undertaking to increase awareness, reduce mortality rates, as well as the promotion of ecotourism that we are undertaking. Now let us discuss the question which I have asked you in my previous session. So the question was, with respect to the Great Indian Bustard, consider the following statements. Your statement number 1 was, it is exclusive to the northwestern plains. And your statement number 2 is, it is the state bird of Rajasthan. So select the correct statements from the above mentioned. The options are, option A is 1 only, option B is 2 only, option C is both 1 and 2, and option D is none of the above. So your correct answer will be option C. Both 1 and 2 statements are correct. Now let us discuss the practice questions from our today's session. So the question is, which of the following statements about the olive Ridley turtles are correct? Statement 1, they are the smallest and most abundant of all sea turtles found in the world. Statement 2, they live in the warm waters of Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Oceans. Statement number 3, the Coromandel Coast in India is the largest mass nesting site for the olive Ridley turtles. So select the correct statements from the statements that are given above. Your options are, option A is 1 only, option B is 2 only, 1 and 2 only, option C is 2 and 3 only, and option D is 1, 2 and 3. Your correct answer is going to be option B. 1 and 2 only statements are correct. Moving forward to the last question of our today's discussion. So the question is, consider the following statements regarding sea turtles. Statement number 1, they are cold-blooded species. And statement number 2, Gahirmatha Marine Sanctuary is a marine wildlife sanctuary in Odisha that is home to the world's largest nesting beach for olive Ridley turtles. So which of these statements given above is our correct? Option A, 1 only, option B, 2 only, option C, both 1 and 2, and option D is neither 1 nor 2. And this answer will be given by you to me in the comment box below, and I will be revealing this answer in my next session. I hope this session was insightful for you. If you have any feedback regarding this session, kindly drop it in the comment box below. If you liked today's discussion and found it to be helpful, kindly like the video and subscribe to our channel for more such interesting updates. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe. and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.